Kerbal Space Program didn't go so well, but we're back and we're gonna try this again. And if it doesn't work this time, then okay, I'm done for the night. But fingers crossed.
Hopefully so. I was just considering doing a Malkavian mod Deus Ex playthrough on
Hmm.
my own stream. I might do that in the future if anyone's in the mood for that.
That sounds delightful. It really does. If you do that, make sure you poke me that I'm watching because I want to see it.
Yes, absolutely. And then I was suggesting stuff like, oh, Malkavian mod for Shenmue would be good, but then it occurred to me that that's kind of how it already works.
Hmm. I mean, what if instead of going, wanna buy a dog? That one guy said, you know, wanna buy a black car?
Yeah, would it even add that much
Hmm.
surreal?
I mean, it would possibly add a little.
I've seen people suggest before that Shenmue is a story about Nozomi being trapped in some surreal Twin Peaks-esque world, and she's like the only real person. And I kind of love that idea.
Hmm. I can kind of see that. What I love about that game though is when my friend was playing it, somehow he went up with he like wound up with a stalker.
In Shenmue?
Yeah, there's just this one random other girl who like no matter where he went, he just kept bumping into her. And, like,
Oh wow. Oh right, because all the NPCs have like unique appearances, don't they?
hmm all the NPCs have unique appearances and unique like daily routines, which other games have done, but not nearly as well, frankly.
Bits like that were an almost show-offy level of extravagance on the hardware.
Hmm. And yeah, it's kind of amazing they did that game on the Dreamcast when you think about everything else in the Dreamcast and like what the limitations clearly were.
And it was such the scope was so absurd, and then you find out it was originally supposed to be not only all one game but all one game on the Saturn, and it's like how did
Oof.
clearly that wasn't going to work, like clearly.
Yeah, I'm trying to picture how that would work. And I mean, like there's a lot of padding. Like you could argue that Shenmue One is all padding, in fact. Um, so I could see like a very scaled down concept of it.
That was
Maybe
what
work.
was good about Shenmue, is just being able to open a cupboard and look at a frying pan and rotate the frying pan, and it was
Mm,
never a quest item, but you could go look at it.
yep.
You could go pray at the family shrine in the house, and it's not like that was giving you like spirit points. It was
Yeah.
just a thing you could do.
Yeah. Yeah, the mundanity of that is like still unrivaled. Like even by The Sims, like it's no contest.
Mm.
Shenmue just like
And it's pretty impressive on a design level to be able to make something that is at once mundane and intriguing.
hmm and it's good too. It's the thing. Like I need to pick up three. I'm getting all nostalgic now.
I remember those early experiences of like it was one of the first games I played with like a day night cycle and passing time and stuff, and
Mm.
just being like, oh, I need to get to the bus or the time will have passed when the bus was there. And that felt like, whoa,
hmm
so immersive at the time.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't the first one to do that. Like, I mean, just as far as like major milestone games, Ocarina of Time had a day-night cycle.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Uh, hell, like Dragon Quest III had a day-night cycle.
Oh,
But
yeah.
the specific rate of which time passes in Shenmue is really a thing, and you're like constantly stressed out and like losing track of time and stuff like that.
And then you go to the arcade at night and you end up playing arcade games until like 3 a.m. And then you go home and Ine-san yells at you and you're like, oh, but I was at the arcade playing video games. And you feel kind of bad because, oh, maybe she is kind of right to be worried. I mean, you are on a quest for revenge and getting tangled up in the mob.
Yep. So is this on stream?
It is this time. Wonderful.
Okay. So
I'm tempted to suggest you don't put it on Discord just to be safe.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not touching anything. I'm not even like gonna plug that I'm back online. Just if you see it, you see it. If not, it's gonna be recording. Because like this was being very temperamental loading in. So I am just going to start a new game in like career mode here, as opposed to sandbox or science. What is science? Ah, okay. You don't have to worry about money, but you just have to worry about science. Gotcha. No. Gotta get a good flag here, though. Let's see. Well, that one's garish.
Kerbodyne, the one that isn't Steam.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Yeah, sure, why not? Just psychedelic. So, just hopping into it here. And crossing my fingers because, wow, that, like... It's one of those things where it's like, you know, sometimes you have something running bad and your computer's fan starts spinning up really fast? It wasn't one of those. It was one of those where your computer's fan isn't spinning really fast, and that's even more worrying.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, we got our space center here. It's not much to look at, really. There's just kind of a few little sections to it.
Something that's about this kind of AI or UI immediately conveys what kind of game you're in for.
Yeah, it's fair. So let's see. We got a tech tree, by the way.
Oh, a pretty sizable one.
Oh yeah, a bit.
It takes 5 sciences.
Mm-hmm. And we got our head scientist here. Again, there's something very charming about this art style. It's like, also our various data about the various planets of our system here. But yeah, there. First thing we have to do is build us a rocket. So for that we need some parts. Let's see. I do have this in, campaign mode where you have to like research everything and get funding. So we don't have a lot of options on this first outing here, but we do have a solid fuel booster. Just take one of those. There we go. And now let's get some fuel tanks on there. And let me... Can I move this window so that it's not like under this Discord overlay? Nope. Actually, wait. Is that literally all we have to start? We have we have some girders.
This is tin can spaceship.
We've got a couple fins. It's better than no fins. We've got some science stuff. Okay, that's good. And a parachute. That's also very good. well, since I put one of these together. But yeah, science. Okay, so I get some of these, and I believe if I do something, there is mode to.
Oh, I thought that was sitting on the ground outside at first.
No, in here. There's something I can hit, which will place them in like a. Here we go.
Is it that row of icons that says parent underneath, for that matter? Oh, interesting.
But yeah, for now, I like that you can do this radial symmetry thing, but for now I'll just have the one on here. Just kind of slap that on. Get some fins for, aerodynamic purposes. So, let's get 4 of those on there. Then we need ourselves...
Oh, I love that symmetry tool.
And then let's see. Get a nice little command pod, stick that on top. And, for safety's sake, a parachute. There we go.
I guess it'd be bad for PR if they didn't come back.
Well, they're cute, is the thing. And then, yeah, I'll actually have to do a couple of launches to, there we go. Okay, so save that. And I kind of need a crew on there, I think. So let me leave here. Oh no, it doesn't crew. Okay. Got good old Jeb, Bill, Bob, and Valentina, the standard starting people. Cool. Oh, do a scientist. Okay. So, let's see. I'm trying to remember how this works. Yeah, we'll pick out. I think I just go back in here. Oh yeah, here we go. Let us try launching this sucker. Oh, okay.
I appreciate the launch anyway, but...
Yep. You know what? I think I have to use the launch anyway button because... Oh no, I do have a command pod there.
Didn't you already install that?
Yeah. I just need to... something, add a crow. Let's see. Oh, well. Do. Alright, administration. That's where I'd be looking for something for mission control, maybe? Yeah, somewhere. What else on the thing? Yeah, just cancel everything. Just whatever. Sure, it's fine. It has been a while since I've messed with this, as you can tell. Okay. So I can do some stuff for fundraising. Trade reputation and stuff like that for stuff. I've got some cash. I've got some other things going on. This is yeah, let's get some interns in here. But mission control? Okay. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna launch our first vessel. I'm gonna gather some science around here. You know, let's take them all. Oh, just those two for now. Fine. Okay. Now I need to. Was it in here? No. Okay.
Hmm? What are you looking for now?
I'm looking for putting crew on ship, basically.
Oh, of course.
Which somewhere in here. Thing. Oh, I like this too. Like there's the center of mass on it. Center of thrust.
Neat.
Aerodynamics. And it does like.
So hypothetically, you could make something wildly asymmetrical
Oh, yeah.
but perfectly balanced.
You could. Oh, here's the crew tab. Okay. Okay. Valentina, why don't you fly the sucker? Okay. Well, now I think I can launch this. There's no staging on this rocket. We're just gonna try to remember the controls. Let's see. Controls, which are definitely a thing. Was it just space? Oh, it was just space. Okay. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, that's, no space was for the parachute. Oh, well.
Well, you did some cool flips.
Yep. That's fine. Just, yeah, you can't really get anywhere with your, like, start of the campaign mode, Okay, anyway. Can look at how this mystery goo does in low orbit, though, or low atmosphere. Sort of how you get science is just like attaching modules and like poking at them.
Apparently, it jiggles and wobbles. That's good to know.
Mm-hmm. So we can also go to the view of the. You know. All right. We can go to the cockpit view here. See things from our astronaut's perspective. Look around.
Guess it wasn't really designed with Windows, was it?
Nope. What's interesting though is like all the information here is like you could play it from this view.
Oh, that's cool.
This will work for navigation. This will give your altitude, all that. Now I just need to remember how to get back out of this view.
I'm glad I never wanted to be an astronaut as a kid because I think a lot of kids don't really get how terrifying it is.
Yep. Let's see. Oh. We have landed. Okay, so I believe I can, in fact, disembark somewhere in here. Hey, where's my controls? Settings. Options. D. Advanced. No, no. Lark. Controls, controls, controls. It's been a while since I've played this, like I said. But somewhere in here there are controls. And I can definitely get back to some view or other. No. Okay.
I think that is one of the things that NASA asks people. They ask you to fill out a form, and one of the checkboxes has you confirm that you're a skinny bitch first.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay, there we go. Hey, there we go. So, I believe I can just... Yes, okay. How about out of there? Let's,
Don't they have people carry them out usually?
I mean, somewhat, yeah. This is me technically just being in EVA mode. Where I can, where did I put that science? Do.
Oh, you were pushing the rocket. Can you, like, knock the rocket over?
Oh, I sure can. Well, in theory I can.
Lunk.
Yep. But I believe I can actually come over to the side of the, goo can here, and, oh. Never mind. If I had multiple, I could, get some readings from the surface of the planet here, now that we're on it. Gotta love that face cam, too, while I'm doing this.
Oh, yeah.
You know what? Hey, I can take my helmet off, because we're in atmosphere. Let's get comfy here. There we go.
I assume you can do that where it is unsafe as well.
Yeah,
It's that kind of game.
largely. Testing out that parachute.
Do that just cause jump.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see any violent mariachis around, so you're probably safe.
Mm-hmm. And, can I actually get back in this? I don't think I can with this design. Didn't land that far from the center, though. It's right over there in the distance. But anyway, I can also I can revert the whole flight too, which you know, actually that's not a bad idea. Revert to launch. Let me try that without hitting the parachute way too early.
I'll give you time to do more flips.
This is true. Uh, oh no, no! Don't go over there. Okay. I believe it is just a question of hitting the big launch button just the once. There we go. And can I? Whoa, 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 whoa. This is not a stable craft at all. Okay. But yeah. So the idea is, let me just where's the time controls too? There's somewhere to do that from. Oh, there we go. Just, yeah. Hurry up and land. I want to do science while you're up here. Cool. But yeah, there's various ways to get science where it's like you take stuff on the surface, you take stuff in atmosphere, you take stuff in orbit, um, from various little science kits like that one.
Neat.
Uh, and you can actually get a whole bunch right at the start of the game by just like making a plane or whatever and just visiting like deserts and polar ice caps and stuff like that on the planet, the ocean, getting your scientific readings there just for you know sake of stuff. But I believe, yeah, cover vessel. There it goes. So that was technically a space flight. Yeah, we got some mystery goo observations, and we recovered our vessel and saw how that worked. So we got 12 points of science there. See? And
Nice.
we can recycle pretty much everything for some cash back. And our crew got a point of experience for having done anything. So now I can go to research and let's maybe get some basic rocketry going. Get some thrusters that can like maneuver the ship and fuel cells and all that good stuff. There we go. And alternatively, we have more sciencey stuff. Perhaps some better rockets. Perhaps some actual fins. No. 20, that's 18, that is 15. Gonna have to do some more science. But yeah, research is pretty simple. So now if I go in here, I can make a rocket that's not a piece of garbage as much. So you get some like proper engine. Get some oh wait. No, that's a solid fuel. That one's terrible.
That's just cash on hand that determines how many of each part you can use.
Yep. Well, that and like a good physics modeling.
Mm.
So let's see. There we
I
go.
can see this being a fun game where you're trying to build the worst thing.
So I can put some like actual fuel tanks together here. Get some nice boosters on the sides. Like, should I have anything for structural ease doing stuff? Not yet. I do have a couple of different science things though for antenna for sending signals and stuff like that when you're in space, back to base. Thermometer. Let's see. Did I not get the? Oh, there it is. Okay. See, now I can do some, decoupling of stuff I don't need anymore, which is very important, honestly. But I can also just, like, stack up some fuel tanks here. Get some better fins on that thing. Like so. Down by the base. Wedge in some proper booster rockets between them. which I think I need to... No, it's probably attached, I think.
I should probably go make dinner after this launch, by the way.
Yep. Okay, let me just try a horrible experiment here that probably will go very badly. Where was that parachute? I'm not sure I have these actually attached right. It's been forever since I've messed with this, like I said. But I will make sure I get some, like, science kits on there.
That'd be lousy if. I mean, you don't want the science kits on the part that decouple, I assume.
Not generally. And, oh, there's my parachute. Okay. Pop that right on top of that sucker. Should be fine. Totally fine. I don't really need to have maneuvering jets or anything like that. Just, why don't you try this flight, Jeb? Okay.
So these rockets just have the controls as on or off.
You for now, yes. You can actually do some very advanced stuff with once you have like maneuvering jets in their computers. Okay, those are attached.
Hmm.
So like you can have this multi-staging thing, where this is right now automatically grouped. We got the thrusters and main engine in group 1. Then I've got the decoupler and parachute in group 2. So something has gone horribly wrong here. Oh, probably because I did I just fire everything off at once? Is that what the problem was?
Did you do a tiny, tiny launch?
I may have. Let's see. Let's try it again. Oh, did I also... I see the problem. I see the problem. I
Oh.
maybe should put some fuel on those boosters.
Oh, that'd do it.
Yeah, that probably help.
You get in the
thanks.
rocket and it just makes a revving noise.
No, that's not for those.
Hmm.
It's been a while. But yeah, you basically, start getting some missions going. You get some actually rockets into space. You do your nice orbiting and your sectioning off and stuff, and you're building heat shields to survive re-entry. And eventually you get some impressive NASA type missions of like, going to the moon and landing on it and all that. But like I said, to really get into it takes like some doing. So let me just, for now, can I just delete that? Remove, cancel. Okay, there we go. Okay, let's try this now. Who needs those boosters? Those are people who, like, know what they're doing. Okay, I am out of practice. But yeah, Kerbal Space Program. It's hard to get started with it. Is the point here. But like looking up people who actually play this game well, it's really interesting to see some of the designs and like 15 stage things where it's like, okay, so get up to the air, drop the boosters on the sides, get into actual orbit, start heading towards this destination, drop that stage of the rocket, really get over there, start deploying stuff. And actually, what I should do before I put this away is go into sandbox mode.
Oh, of course.
And show off some of the stuff you can actually get when you have all the stuff. If this holds together on me. But they can do some really interesting stuff, like you can build space stations on multiple trips, just like hauling stuff up there and linking it together. Uh, this also works. Is just let me do. Oh, there we go. Here's an actual functioning rocket. That's the way to show things off. Huh?
Doesn't look that different.
Ah, right. Shift and control for the throttle. That helps a lot. Okay, so. Uh, okay. Can I do the thing now? Oh, I got to actually follow instructions. Okay, so there it is. There's the throttle gauge. Gotcha. It's about 2/3. Okay. Okay, so we just launch this sucker.
I think it's telling you to start the turn.
And let's see. Oh, you want to do a real slow turn? Fine, fine, fine. Turn all the way up.
It's pretty neat watching the sky blacken.
No? Okay, fine. Fine, we'll follow your actual instructions. Nah. I'm used to, yeah. Yeah, I know the controls. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. Throttle where you want it. Turn on freaking SAS, which you don't actually want to do at this point when you're actually playing for real, because it will make little subtle corrections to what you're doing that will eat all your fuel while you're still trying to get out there.
Yes, hungry, hungry, Hazel.
There we go. Let's about 80, okay. Keep that about 70 degrees. Okay. Just get way up there. Yeah, what I hate about the tutorials, I do remember enough about actually playing this game that, like, I start gravity turns a lot sooner and at a much steeper angle usually. And I also don't
Mm.
have this whole SAS thing on, just like course correcting for me. I just do that by hand because it's like it'll really mess you up. And then I also have some like big crazy multi-stage thing going on at this point. But Oh, fine. Just make me watch as it slowly climbs into space. There we go. Okay. Fine, fine, fine. Play with Go. Good for the Go. Any
Now we
others?
know what happens to goo in space.
Hmm. Look down at the planet there too. It's always nice.
Neat.
This is like barely in orbit. You can also see, here's. Okay, that's really
Oh,
not
wow.
an actual orbit. That's just up and down. But you can also zoom way out on this map.
Wow, that's super impressive. I was not expecting a scale anywhere near that big.
Oh yeah, you got this whole. I don't think it is all in the one solar system. I think there's a couple of places where you can, like, eventually have a real distant mission to a nearby star somewhere.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, takes forever. But you can also check out the other planets here, which yeah, this is totally a way I can do this. Sure. Oh, there we go.
Huh. Wow.
And land on them and all that good stuff. I'd probably try to get my view back on. Good thing I should have it on. Which is totally a thing. I definitely didn't screw myself up by. Oh, there we go. Yeah, that's fine. So, time to discard booster. Gotcha. Goodbye, booster.
Jeb's having the time of his life in there.
Yeah, he tends to. Like, it's funny. Like, there's different little personalities for each one. Jeb is like always super manic about everything he's doing.
Oh, that's neat. They do that.
Okay, fine. Let's get the shoot ready to go. And something kind of fun when you're actually doing this properly is this right here is the heat shield, which as you are descending tends to start glowing quite a bit. If you skip the whole part where you just chuck everything before the heat shield, you get to watch parts of your ship explode on the way down, which is always
Oh,
fun.
dear.
Let's do some more science while we're up here.
You've only got 8 kilometers to go.
Cool.
I don't know how strong that parachute is.
Oh, it's already set to deploy itself,
Oh, okay.
I think. Pretty sure.
If it were me, I'd want a
there it
parachute
goes.
by now.
That's fine.
Oh, good.
Yeah, you can set them to have like a maximum height of the surface to deploy at.
Wow, that decelerated incredibly fast.
It's a good parachute. And yeah, like the end of any mission is kind of just like floating down to the ocean somewhere usually.
Mm.
But yeah, that's and of course because like I'm not saving it anyway, I can always I can't actually just hop out right now. Maybe there's some self-preservation going on there. Oh well. Why not? There we go. Okay. Do. Never mind. But yeah, there's a whole lot of stuff
Welcome
you can
to
do.
Earth.
Just like getting out and building little moon bases and all that, and not much point to half of it. But you guys get the idea. It's very real sciencey. In fact, if I get out of that scenario, there is D. Yeah, let's do a little bit of moon landing. There we go. It's a weird view.
Would you mind if I tapped out? I'm pretty eager to go get eating, and I
Sure.
also need to use the washroom.
That's fine. But yeah, it's very like relaxing game when you get into the groove with it.
Oh, I didn't mean you need to stop.
Oh, I'm also getting tired. Um,
Moon.
hmm But yeah, it's a thing. Like I said,
Thank you very much.
to really properly show it off, you have to like actually sit down and like learn it again for a good day.
Mm.
Because there's a lot going on. Uh, but it has stuff, crazy stuff going on, like too. Like the weight and center of mass of your ships will change as they burn fuel.
Oh, that's cool. It actually tracks
So
like
yeah,
the quantities in the fuel
hmm
cells. That's neat.
and like asymmetry can wind up, causing weird drag and flip you around in circles when you're flying, etc., etc. But yeah, that was a little bit of Kerbal Space Program, as I kind of promised, as a little side bonus there. I am terrible at it at this point, but there you go. So we are done for the night, I think. Thanks for indulging with that, and sorry that didn't actually just attach to the proper stream and crashed my computer something fierce. But yeah, we are out. We will be back whenever we're back. Maybe tomorrow, maybe the next day, who knows. With the L's. So, see ya.
Thanks, everyone. Good night.